Oh, damn it. Oh, okay. Hello. Welcome back to another video where I'm not too shy to speak. Um, Most often I get like the question, which pencils do you use? And then it escalates, oh, but I see you're using markers and there's like paint here and there. And even though I like responding to those a lot because it's like such a nice conversation to hear what people think about different materials, I sometimes miss them, especially if they're under posts and I can't track them back if I'm not there to see that they commented. Damn, Instagram. So I got a lot of requests to show what kind of materials I use, and yeah, here it is. Okay, so for the most part, I don't sketch much, but when I do, I use these this pencil here. I have no idea where it's from. I think I stole it from my boyfriend. Can't be sure. It's a 6H, so hard pencil that's really light, so nothing shows up when I sketch with it on camera, but it's just enough to have lines as a guidance. And when I feel too rebellious, I might use an erasable pencil or just any other color from the pencils that I don't regularly use. Got 'em. Anyway, so I use just the Faber-Castell erasable pencil. They come in a pack, but I'm pretty sure any erasable, like crayonish pencil would do the trick. For coloring, I I don't slave to a specific brand, but it just so happens that Faber-Castell is both affordable and it just happens to be widely spread where I live. So I use their very, very, very basic coloring pencils that are for, well, mostly high schoolers. Like, I noticed that almost every store has them. They're really cheap for a really big packet of, I think, I don't know, you can get like a 15 euro packet that has 48 pencils, I think, which is a really big variety, especially if you're starting out. So I would suggest buying something like that, seeing if pencils work for you, and trying out anything. They're really good for the price, and I still buy them even though I have higher grade pencils. I still very much like these, and I don't want to trade them. I'm gonna continue buying them. The other ones that I absolutely adore are the polychromos from, again, Faber-Castell, and they are the fancy boy pencils from the brand, and they come in a huge array of, I think, 120 colors. I treated myself to the 60 pack around Christmas, and they've been amazing. They're really amazing pencils, and the color is extremely pigmented. They're light fast, so anything you draw with them will be timeless, sort of. I mean, unless you put it in direct light, then nothing is timeless. Light will just eat it away. So yeah, these are most often what people see me draw with, even though, god damn it, pencil, stay still. Nah, whatever. Even though I wouldn't say that without these you can't do anything nice. That's not true. You can, like, tools are not everything. Especially for my way of drawing, I don't think that I am using pencils to their best capacity. I don't know what to call it. Like, I don't layer pencils. I just scribble with one color until I get a solid shade. I don't know, the solid color, fully saturated one. Sometimes I would layer some, but they always look in a very scribbly fashion. The other pencils that I have are some that I got last year, and these were the pencils that I actually was debating whether to get, or whether to get the polychromos or these. And these are by Lura, and they're, I think, again, a German brand, Rembrandt Polycolor. I really like these pencils. Only one of them so far has been very sort of disappointing, and it's this pink one, because it comes out very chalky. Like it's sort of like well, a completely dry pastel pencil, but it isn't. It's supposed to be from the same line as the other ones. And yeah, I as you can see, this is probably one of my favorite colors, this burnt ochre. I really like them. They're very smooth and they're so insanely pigmented, especially this yellow here that I have. Oh, but this is by Bronzeal, which is a Dutch brand. And I think they're in cahoots with Royal Talents, but I can't be sure, so don't quote me on that. So yeah, they're fairly affordable. They come in not that big of a like gamma. I don't know if it's called a palette. They don't come in that big of a palette, but they are really good pencils. If you don't want to waste money on something that just might be your side tool, like if you're like a watercolor artist and you just want to add a bit of texture with your stuff, but you want something more expensive, more fancy, or just treat yourself, maybe buy Bronzio or Lyra. And yeah, these are pretty much all of the pencil brands I've ever used. I think I had Kohinoor at some point, but back then I wasn't really into pencils that much. So yeah, quick tip though, people seem to love this. When your pencil runs out, when it becomes too tiny but it's your favorite pencil, and if it's like a flat end where you can see the color on, these Faber-Castells, you can just grab some quick cement glue, or I don't know what it's called, quick drying glue. You just glue them together, and that way you'll get more grip, and you can also sharpen them to this very tiny size. If you can focus, please. Focus. Again. Nope. Whatever. Anyway, I recently got into wash paints. Well, recently. I keep saying recently when it's not. Last year I got these paints to try them out. They're by Daler Brownie. I think I don't want to care about butchering names, but I also do. And they're horrible. They're really horrible. They're very gooey and not at all like a saturated pigment that I would want from gouache. But I still have them and I gotta use them somehow. And recently I got this little jar, this baby jar from Talents. I think they're called Royal Talents. Yeah, Royal Talents. It's again a Dutch brand, and this is absolutely amazing for the price. I think it's 16 milliliters, and I got it for around 2.5 euro, which is really cheap in comparison to all the other gouache that's out there. And it's extremely creamy. It's very pigmented, and it covers white pieces of paper like with one coat. And I'm planning to get more of these. They're amazing. So yeah, please don't spin. Please don't roll. I'm trying to make things pretty. Anyway, well, if you're gonna get pencils, you might as well get a good pencil sharpener, and this happens to be the one that I use, and it's absolutely amazing because you have like a bunch of options. Let's call them options. A bunch of options when coloring the pencils, when sharpening the pencils. So you can make them with a very small pointy tip, similar to this one here, or you can extend the tip. So sorry, my memory card thing on the phone ran out. Anyway, I was saying that you can have either a very pointy tip like this one, or you can sharpen your pencil and expose the lead. I think more than this. I honestly thought it was too scary to try, so I didn't. So get yourself one of these T apostrophe gal multi-sharpener pencil sharpener. I think it's Japanese because that's where I ordered it from. Well, if it would focus. I swear I'm not lying. Anyway, this is a steal. It's a really quality pencil sharpener, and I'm extremely happy with it, and would probably continue to purchase it. Dang, if I could only find a place for it. Okay, gonna ruin my feng shui. Who knew? Stay there. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I use currently. Sometimes I would implement a couple of watercolors here and there, but not necessarily anymore. But for those, I really enjoy the Ecoline, again by Talents. They're liquid watercolors, so you don't have to Well, it's advised to mix them, but I normally just buy the colors that I want. They don't have a huge variety, but well, for what I do and for what I use them, which is mostly just for work, when clients request things that are watercolor based, these work well, and I really enjoy them. And they come in these really cute glass jars, so give them a try if you're more into watercolors. Mm, People are onto me and they notice that I actually use markers, and I'm not a marker fan. I especially don't like alcohol markers, but I adore these art and graphic twin pens, marker pens, which come with a spongy, uh, wider and pointy tip, and well, one of these. Don't know what it's called. Don't use it. But they're by Kuretake, and I think they're also Japanese. And don't think I have that many of them, but the ones that I need are mostly the more neutral and pastelish colors because I layer them with the pencils sometimes. If I think some pencils didn't turn out quite right, or I just need a little touch of magic here and there. So give them a try, especially if you don't like alcohol-based markers. I think these are water-based, so well, if you splush them with water, they will probably leak all over your drawing, painting, whatever. So I don't know. I don't advise it, but they're really amazing, and you achieve some really cute things with them. They sort of have a watercolorish effect, and they can help out a lot when you're doing backgrounds and filling out broader spaces. Uh, I don't know if I should talk about brushes. I don't even know what my brushes are. They're so extremely old. They faded into oblivion. I don't know. Maybe they're dollar brownie. Maybe they're not. Could never tell. But get yourself some maybe synthetic. Why? Why? Maybe some synthetic brushes and I don't know. Pretty much anything that's in a designated art store will help. So yeah. And recently, I got myself some Copic multiliner pen in sepia and one by Faber-Castell because I really enjoy sketching with and going over my sketches with some liners, like exclusively in my sketchbook. So these were really cute. I really enjoyed that there's a difference between the two. One is dark brown, the other was a sepia. So I recommend both of these. They're really cute, and I think they're waterproof. Yeah, I think they're waterproof. Quote me on that. Anyway, I'm gonna just place them off camera. And well, last but not least, get yourself an eraser. Sometimes I make mistakes. Well, too many times I make mistakes, and some of the colors can be lifted, but vaguely. So just a little bit, but it works out. So I just have a 20-cent eraser from Sister Green's. It's a store here. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. As for paper, I draw almost everything that I post either on in the Moleskine Art Plus journal or in the watercolor sketch pad by Dollar Brownie again. It's a hot press, but it has a little bit of a grain to it. But with the pencils and with the way I draw, this one is perfect for me, and I very much enjoy it. It can come in these huge packs of 50 sheets or even more, I think, and it's pretty affordable. The bigger you go, of course. So yeah, this is what I use. Okay, I've been rambling. Thank you for listening and watching, and hope this helps. And see you next time, maybe in a drawing date or something. Have a nice day.